Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, welcome to episode 9 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. Ha, I snuck an extra one in on you. I'm a ninja like that. I told you guys that I was going to do it, whenever, but I was going to start with, once a week. But sometimes I might do twice a week. Sometimes I might do 5 times a week. Who knows? I'm wild like that. You never know. That's why you have to listen, see, because you just never know when I'm just going to sneak one in on you. Anyways, hello and welcome. Again, this is episode 9 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney Perry. Thanks for listening. So, what has been keeping me on? What's been keeping me up? I'll tell you. The other day, I was laying there trying to fall asleep. And of course, embarrassing to admit, but Rockabye Baby all of a sudden came to my brain. And I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Well, then it's like that Ellen DeGeneres stand-up. Once you get like a tune or a jingle in your head, you just can't get it out. So then I had freaking Rockabye Baby stuck in my head forever, and it was driving me crazy. Which got me to thinking, though, about the words to that song and how we should never, ever, never sing that to a baby to try to make them fall asleep, because that would just scare the crap out of any child. You're singing a song to a baby as you're like holding your child and you're looking down at them, and to them you just look like this gigantic head with huge eyes. And you're singing them this like sadistic song about, putting their cradle in a tree and how when the bough breaks, down will come baby, cradle and all. I mean, damn. No wonder they're probably like, dang, woman, what the hell? They're probably, no wonder, like they're up every 2 hours and they can't sleep. Babies are up screaming every 2 hours because they're having nightmares of, them being put in a tree and falling with their cradle and all. And probably like, I got to keep an eye on this woman. Like they stay up every 2 hours to stay on alert for their crazy ass mom singing them songs about them falling out of a tree. Anyways, and then of course that got me to thinking about nursery rhymes in general and how singing them to any child is actually crazy when you think about it. Why did we ever sing these songs to our kids? I mean, you have a song about 3 blind mice and chopping their tails off with a carving knife, and a song about the bubonic plague. And these are songs we sing to our kids, and then we wonder why the hell they come into our room in the middle of the night and sneak in and try to sleep with us. And we wonder why they have nightmares. We're giving them nightmares. We're singing them these crazy ass songs. Anyway. And then that got me to thinking about crazy stuff, which I was like, it's also crazy when you're a kid. For me, I always thought it was super weird to, like Donald Duck and Minnie Mouse. I got to go to Disneyland when I was little, and I could never quite get on board with Mickey and Minnie and Donald, because to me, I was like, what in the hell are these gigantic, mice and this huge ass duck that are wearing clothes, walking upright, doing, like all walking around? And why does everybody think this is like cool and normal? And then they just like sit there and smile at you and wave. And it's like, it's creepy. To me, I was like mortified. And my mom has a picture of me and I'm with Pluto. And I'm crying because I was like, what in the hell? There's this gigantic dog with like a weird ass tooth and like wearing full on clothes and walking upright. And it was too weird for me to wrap my head around, which sounds like I was such a weirdo or like a kid that just didn't have fun. It's just, I think I was one of those, I don't know, I just thought of everything more logically, I guess. And so it's the same reason why I would get in trouble, because if there was like magic shows or something, I was that one kid, that annoying kid that's like, that's not how it works. And I would try to figure out how it would work. But again, not because I'm trying to take the fun out of something. I certainly am not trying to like suck everybody else's like, happiness away. I just, for me, it's fun to try to figure out how things work. I like dissecting, things and trying to figure out what makes stuff tick, There was a show on, it probably still is, but it's like how things work or how things are made. It was so cool. It was really interesting. And so I like, murder mysteries because I like trying to solve, who did it. I like Sudoku and I like riddles and I like puzzles and stuff because I like figuring things out. For me, that's fun. I'm not trying to figure it out because I'm like, oh, it can't be this because, haha, look. It's not that. I just like, it's fascinating. To me, it's fascinating figuring out, why people do and say the things they do, or, what makes, car go. It's just cool to me. But I could not get on board like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. I was like, fake, magic's not real. But I do like David Blaine, because he does the street stuff. And the street stuff fascinates me. I mean, still in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, but it's magic. This is just an illusion. And the illusion is awesome, but I always still want to figure out how he did it instead of just going with the flow. And then there's people like Chris Angel and David Copperfield that I was more like, too much smoke and lights and showy. It's too showy. And with that, I was like, okay, it's definitely an illusion. But the street magicians, I'm kind of like, maybe it is magic. And then I kind of get sucked in. And I like that because, I mean, it's fun to let go and not always try to figure things out. Sometimes things don't need to be figured out. Sometimes things are best when you don't know why it is the way it is or how it became what it did or whatever. Sometimes it's good just to let it go. Let it go, Brandy. I already said this, but my friend Brandy and I met because I have a tattoo on my wrist that says let go, not let it go, like I was saying before. And so anyways, this is another example of when I just need to let it go and have fun and not always try to figure things out. Sometimes they are the way they are because they just are. Someone said that to me once, and it's true. Anyway, and then that got me to thinking about how I do like things, though, like not like voodoo and witchcraft and stuff, but it's interesting to me to think of potions not as potions with witches, but it's more things like you take teas and herbs and natural stuff or essential oils or whatever, which a lot of people do. I mean, a lot of Asian cultures do that. A lot of Native American cultures do that. So that's not like witchcraft. That's just using herbs and remedies. But people, so you could say that, a witch makes potions, but really it's just making herbs and stuff to help, remedies to help, just like Native Americans and many, many people have throughout history. But it's interesting to me, that kind of stuff. I'm not saying I believe in witchcraft, and I'm not saying I believe in voodoo or astronomy or, astrology or numerology. But at the same time, those things just kind of intrigue me. They're fascinating to me. So, and I don't try to dissect them because to me, I'm just like, it's just fun. So I don't try to dissect that. I'm just like, it's just fun stuff. I just don't, use it as the word of law. I can't be with you because you're a Scorpio or, whatever. But anyway, these are the things that have been keeping me up at night. And, update. This is a weird segue. I apologize, weird segue, but update. I was able to call many radio stations as well as news stations, and several of them contacted me, and two of them are interested in doing an interview. One of them got a hold of the state representative for our area and wants to do a Zoom call with myself and the radio person and the state representative for Oregon, and talk about the assisted living facilities and how COVID restrictions have really impacted them. And so I am super, super stoked about that. I will give you more information and I will keep you updated, but I just wanted to throw that in, that I did follow through with what I said, and I called many radio stations, many news stations. Like I said, was able to, a couple of them called me back, and we are going to have a Zoom interview, and hopefully with the state representative, she's going to guide me in the right direction as far as where to go, how to proceed from here. So update, I'm super stoked. Woohoo. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. If you have not been told yet, you are fabulous. Stay safe out there and have a good week. Thank you.